So for that, I have decided that because we are having one document which is very much important for the purpose of understanding the educational policy of the government and the country, which was designed in 2020. So the education policy, new education policy that is being called NEP, and of 21st century, this is the first education policy which has been devised by the government. My purpose of discussing some part of this education policy is that finally we will have to discuss that what higher education has to contribute in the development of human resources of the country, and mainly what the teachers have to do in that particular regard. So my main focus is on the teacher side, that what the teachers have to do and what are their responsibilities, because we have to look forward whatever is going to come in future, and accordingly we will have to design our own ways so that we can reach at the destination whatever we have fixed for ourselves, or it has been fixed by the country for us. So we are going to discuss in this particular format. I will try to discuss a few things which may not be falling in this within this framework, but that depends on time. If I am able to finish that, whatever I have to say within time, I will try to be within time, and then after I will be going to that part also. So first thing is that first of all, I would like to see that the very basic features of the new education policy 2020, and mainly related with the higher education, I would like to consider. When I was going through this policy, so I have seen the extracts of the policy earlier also, but this time because I had to make presentation, so I was very much careful and evaluative also, not critical, evaluative also in terms of whatever policies they have been framed, and in what manner the higher education, the institution, the people who are related with that, either a student or the faculty, how they are going to contribute to that, what responsibilities they have been assigned to them. That part we have to consider. That's why I have gone through that, and I have tried to mention, and with the help of this PPT, that okay, what are the special features which they have envisaged. Few things about this policy, those who have not studied, because sometimes what happens, we find that okay, policy documents generally, they seem to be much more boring for the purpose of sometimes a study. We say that okay, because these policies, once they are being implemented, then the implementation part, that gives us a basic idea that okay, how it is being done. But when we are framing policy, it is a higher level thing, and mostly the things are based on the understanding, thinking, experiences of their own, experiences of the other countries, whatever documents are available and how they have been framed, how they have been developed. Many things are there. So in case of this policy, and the policy documents are generally, they are going to give us certain light, and under that light we have to design our system. So sometimes the acts are going to be passed, statutes they are going to be passed, the SOP they are going to be prepared. Many things are there which are following, so that the people who are implementing it, they should understand that okay, in what manner whatever policies they have been developed and they have been accepted by the country, they will be implemented. So implementation part, the process part, all that, so that part is not there. So it is not talking about all the process. It will be showing okay, this is the teachers are there, so what is their job, what is their responsibility. The students are there, what the students have to do. Institutions are there, what the institutions have to do. What the people, what we are expecting from the education, and all these things. So they are the part of our policy. And this policy document, almost 65 pages from the government publication, which I have found. And in this case, the initial stage, they have given some directions related with the education, what is expected from us, from this policy by us. So that part, which are relevant, I am not going to discuss each and every item of this policy. And because we are the part of higher education, So I'm not going to discuss anything about the primary, secondary, or the tertiary education, higher education, of course. They are the college and universities. They are the main concern. We will discuss that part. But the directions which we are receiving and the way that things they have been developed, that is very much important. This is one. Second thing is that those who have not studied this document, and no doubt it is a very lengthy document, and so many things they have included in that. We should study that. Why I am saying, because for all the documents we will not say, but for this policy document, which I have studied many times during this period, but this time I have tried to think in a different manner. Uh, if you are going to see the document and whatever I have tried to collect here and present before you, uh, the things which have been included in it, they are wonderfully designed. This is a very important thing. If you are going to see the language wise, you will find it, the different type of adjectives, adverbs, and all these items which they have been incorporated. And they have tried that most of the things on which we have hardly put our finger, they should be put under this document. So from the language side, from the design side, and of how they have been framed and the sequencing part of it also, it is a really very nice document to read, to study, to understand. And naturally, this is meant for the purpose of implementation. So we will have to make use of that. So this is the second thing which I am finding in case of this policy. And this is going to give us the vision for the future period, because the policies, whenever we are making, it is for a long-term period. It is not that every time we are going to change. And the other thing in this policy is that the ancient knowledge that has been emphasized throughout the policy. So the document has clearly undertaken the different aspects which were positive in case of our society and long back. So centuries old understanding the traditions and the transformation and so many things related to that. They have been incorporated, and they have vividly they are saying that okay, this is the thing which we for which we are trying to achieve. So that part is also another, no doubt. Ancient period, many things are positive, but now we have traveled a lot and we are seeing so many changes, technological developments, whatever we have seen during our lifetime. The coming generation, they will not even able to appreciate that. So, but we have traveled, and this is not going to look back. It is going forward. So, economy, then technology, all these things, they are going to grow. It is not for the purpose of going down. So, naturally, we will have to look forward also. It is not that only on ancient knowledge we are going to cherish and we are going to glamorize, and we say that okay, we were the world grew and all that. Not only that, we are also going to see forward, because we have to live in that particular period, we have to live in that particular era. How our people, they are going to meet those challenges. So from the backside, the very much support we are having from the ancient period and the contributions which have been made during that period. And we are looking forward that the changes, whatever are taking place, either in the economy or in the environment or the different type of geopolitical situations which are coming up, our people, our country, they will have to live in that, and they have to compete with them. They have to be much ahead of them, as we have been in the past. So the idea is there. So not only the past has been emphasized, the future is also very much important, and they have taken care of that. That's why I say that this document is worth reading in terms of designing. As we are the younger people, and you people have longer period of your services, at some stage in future, after 5 years or 10 years, you will find yourself in the capacity of devising, designing, developing different type of documents in future. And that opportunity comes in case of teaching. You will always find, and everybody is getting chance now, because if suppose you are finding this the headship, which in our student days, that was completely fixed. Okay, one head is there till he retires, or he is no more. Then at that time, this headship used to go. But now the government has implemented this rotation system in 1983, the UGC, and then after this rotation is giving chance to many more people to become the head of the department, and they are going to show the directions for the department. For 3 years they are there, but during those 3 years they want to make some changes. They want to improve the situation. So many things are there. So the opportunities are there. For each and every one of us must think that there will be some opportunity coming before you, where you will have to design, you will have to devise a document, and how are you going to do that? What are the things they are including? For due to that reason also, these are few reasons for which I thought that okay, the vision for 21st century, this education, we have already spent 25 years of that this century, and 75 years left, 24 years is going to be finished to 3 months now. So the thing is that we have to think future. But I have taken that okay, what our document says about it, and based on that, I will come to, and the escaping part will also be there. I will be escaping some of them because the detailed document I have tried to prepare. And I may be sharing with you also. So that's why. Now see, this document is vision of the new education policy. This is the first part, and this vision is for all, for the primary education, secondary education. So this is the vision of the policy, the new education policy 2020. Now see the things which have been included here. This national education policy envisions an education system rooted in Indian ethos. So from here we start. The root is coming from our Indian ethos from the ancient period that contributes directly to transforming India, that is Bharat, subsequently into an equitable and vibrant knowledge society. See, we have been taught from our very childhood that our society is agrarian society, agricultural society, rural-based society. 80% of the population lives in village. So this was the thing from where we have started to learn. Now we are not saying that okay, we are only this, we are dependent 100% on agriculture. We know, we are saying that no, it is the equitable and vibrant knowledge society we want to have, and it is equitable and it should be vibrant also. It is not the sleeping one, and it should be equitable. That means opportunity should be available to each and every one. Whomsoever is the citizen of this country, he should have the opportunity. So the education policy that says very clearly that we have to transform, directly transforming India, and that transformation should be equitable, vibrant, and it is the knowledge-based society. That means it is not that we are going to be comfortable with illiteracy, or no chance for that illiteracy now. We have to be each and every one. Those they have to be, no matter what type of deficiencies maybe God has given, but we are going to, and we are going to develop our system for that purpose. So it is completely equitable. That means whether person is differently able or challenged, or earlier we used to call them disabled, we are considering that it is for each and every one. So we have to think in that particular manner. So those who are in that particular framework, they will have to be taken care of by providing high quality education. Now see here, it is not only the knowledge society that is being emphasized, the quality of education is also very important. So this has been very clearly in the vision document, vision part of this document, it has been mentioned. Now see here, why I am stressing this. The stress is due to the things which have been included here. Transformation of India, this is one. Equitable and equitable distribution, that is another one. The knowledge society, that is another part. High quality education. It is not that the quality, we are not going to compromise on quality. The document says this, it is emphasizing that it should be a high quality education. And by high quality education, we mean that it is not only the high quality education within the country. No. High quality education means that we are going to show our shoulders. We are going to show that, okay, our strength to the outside world also. It is not that, okay, within the country. It should be comparable with the outside world. So high quality education to all, and thereby making India a global knowledge superpower. Very simple terms and clear indication that what we want to achieve, that has been mentioned here in this case. So the knowledge-based society, for which the education is the main thrust area, which is the main cornerstone, which is going to create this knowledge-based society. So, and that is that thereby making India a global knowledge superpower. If we are going to see ourselves in this framework, we will have to readjust ourselves in this particular direction, in this particular vision, because next 25 years or 30 years or like that, we will have to see that, okay, we are still relevant as a teacher, what is being expected from the policy and what is being expected from us. So that part we will have to keep in mind. The transformation is one important part. Knowledge society is the another one. High quality education is the another one. And it is a global challenge which we are going to accept. And we say that we have to become knowledge superpower globally. So the vision part, if you are going to see, and now our responsibility, we will have to see in this particular light. I will discuss that part at the later stage. But this vision is very much clear and nicely. If you are going to see the way it has been mentioned and it has been designed, and the things which have been included here, they are really they are commendable, and they can be appreciated. Next part of the policy envisages that the curriculum and pedagogy of our institutions must develop among the students a deep sense of respect towards the fundamental duties and constitutional values, bonding with one's country, and conscious awareness of one's role and responsibilities in changing world. Now see this one single sentence and the things which have been included, and ourselves what we have to do, what will be our responsibility here in this case. It envisages the curriculum and the pedagogy of our institution must develop among the students. So a deep sense of respect towards the fundamental duties and the constitutional values. They have not said about the fundamental rights, because we are most of the time saying our emphasizing our rights and we forget our duties. So the policy document says that it is the fundamental duty that will have to be emphasized, and they have to respect that. So we have to be the givers, not only the takers of the different benefits. And the constitutional values, whatever we are having, the basic constitutional value which which are having with us, that is a democratic system, the democratic values, we will have to have that. The value of the human being, we are going to consider. Bonding with one's country, so whatever is related with our country, we are going to have. So respect for that. We will have to create a deep sense of respect for all these things which are the part, which are the things of value for our value for the people of the country we are going to, and a conscious awareness. So we will have to create that awareness also of one's role and responsibilities in the changing world. It is not that a static thing; it is going to change. So during this in this changing world, what are our responsibilities? We will have to develop our curriculum. We will have to design our pedagogy, and the institution, they will have to make all these things. So the responsibility here in this case has been given on the shoulders of the educational institution, because they are going to design the curriculum and the pedagogy, whatever we are using. So, but the thrust is clear, focus is clear, intention is clean, and that has been emphasized here in this case. So here we will have to see the respect for the constitutional values, fundamental duties, and awareness about the roles and responsibilities of the individual in the changing society. Now, see, the policy is to instill among the learners a deep rooted pride in being Indian, not only in thought, but also in spirit, intellect, and deeds. See the words, whatever they have selected, and they have placed in such a nice manner that you will enjoy reading that when you are going to see that, okay, how they have designed this. Uh, instill among the learners a deep rooted pride in being Indian. Very important part is this. We are having. There is nothing to say about it. But it has to be re-emphasized and it should be cherished. It should be enjoyed by the people, by the students. We have to, as a learner, as a teacher, we have to instill that in the learner, not only in thought, but also in a spirit, in intellect also, and in deeds. So not only thinking, it is the action-oriented part that, okay, the students whom we are teaching, they should be developed so that whenever any situation comes, they should be able to rise to the occasion, whatever is the condition. So they should be able to do that. So the intellectually, they have to feel pride in that. They have to show their deeds as well as to develop knowledge, skill, values, dispositions that support responsible commitment to human rights, sustainable development, and living and global well-being, thereby reflecting a truly global citizen. So now see here, from inward, we have now, in this case, we are thinking outward. So from inside, okay, Indian values, constitutional duties and all that. Here the end part that is emphasized that we have to be truly global citizen. That means our acceptability throughout the globe, that should be ensured. And our acceptability will be ensured only when we are worthy of being considered like. So in this case, the learner's responsibility, teacher's responsibility, institutional responsibility. All these three components we will have to consider. Deep-rooted pride in Indian, and is not only in terms of the spirit and not in thought, but the spirit, intellect, deeds, or action, as well as develop knowledge, a skill, values, disposition that support responsible commitment to human rights, sustainable development, and living global well-being, thereby reflecting a truly global citizen. So the first part is like that. And this is a general statement which is also forming the part of this policy that education is fundamental for achieving full human potential, developing an equitable and just society, and promoting national development. Providing universal access to quality education is the key to India's continued ascent and leadership on the global stage in terms of economic growth, social justice, equality, scientific advancement, national integration, and culture preservation. Now, see here the things which have been included and the aspects which have been taken care of. It is it is not only the education part, but on global stage, we will have to show in terms of economic growth, social justice and equality, scientific advancement, national integration, cultural preservation, and all these aspects. So we will have to all the time we have to think that where we have to and what we have to do in that case. Now see, high quality education is best way forward for developing and maximizing our country's rich talent and resources for the good of the individual, the society, the country, and the world. So from brick by brick, from the individual to the society to the country and to the world. India will have the highest population of young people in the world over the next decade, and our ability to provide high quality education opportunities to them will determine the future of our country. So here in this case, they have emphasized that, okay, what is the situation related to India, the population, and the requirement of education in this case. So we will have to consider it. Now I am skipping this because see here. Changing world that has been recognized in our policy document. The world is undergoing rapid changes in the knowledge landscape with various dramatic scientific and technological advances, such as the rise of big data, machine learning, artificial intelligence. Many unskilled jobs worldwide may be taken over by machines, while the need for a skilled workforce, particularly involving mathematics, computer science, and data science, in conjunction with multidisciplinary abilities across the sciences, social sciences, and humanities, will be increasingly in greater demand. Now, see here, they have not left anything in this case you may consider from the scientific understanding, scientific knowledge to the all type of sciences, including the social science, physical science, and the humanities and all that, which will be in greater demand. So the changing world, the outside situation that has been recognized, and they say that okay, we will have to accept that, we will have to go by that, and we have to improve ourselves in that particular area also. Climate change, okay, we are finding that, and it's a concern for each one of us. Increasing population and depleting natural resources, there will be a sizable shift in how we meet the world's energy, water, food, sanitation needs, again resulting in the need for new skilled labor. Now, you see here, due to that, those the factors which they have counted earlier, here in this case, the new skilled labor, particularly in biology, chemistry, physics, agriculture, climate science, and social sciences. That is the requirement. So, under this condition, the climatic changes and this type of a study that is required. So, we will have to see in the light of this statement that all type of sciences, social sciences or physical sciences or any other, they have been emphasized here. It is not that we are going to say that okay, some sciences are having low value or sometimes inferior to the other sciences. They say that no, it is required, whether it is physical or it is any other science. Now, see the another thing which has been recognized. So it is the because the people they have to get job, and they should get the position. They should get the opportunity to excel in the field, whatever they are or they have acquired knowledge. So here, changing employment landscape, that is also that has been, and so many things they have included here in this case. With the quickly changing employment landscape and global ecosystem, it is becoming increasingly critical that children not only learn, but more importantly, learn how to learn. Are you getting this? Because there is no light here.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, yes, yes. Education thus must move towards less content. Now, see here the things whatever have been emphasized. Education must move forward towards less content and more towards learning about how to think critically and solve problems, how to be creative and multidisciplinary, and how to innovate, adapt, absorb new material in novel and changing fields. See, in this case, the most of the things related with the higher education, they have been considered, and we will have to take up these matters forward. So it must be, and they say that less content and more about thinking critically and solving the problems, to be creative, multidisciplinary. It is not that okay, you are in one area, so you are going to do everything in that area, and you are not going to have understanding of some other area or something like that. And how to innovate, adapt, absorb new material in novel and changing fields. Pedagogy must evolve to make education more experiential, holistic, integrated, inquiry driven, discovery oriented, learner centered, discussion based, flexible, and of course, enjoyable. Now, see this. If you are going to analyze this very carefully, you will find that most of the things they have tried to include here. The pedagogy, whatever they are saying, that what pedagogy will be suitable, it must evolve to make education more experiential. That means you have to go for certain type of intensive training. So that you should have first-hand experience, whatever you have learned. So this is one. It should be
Slide
holistic.
is not moving, sir.
It is partial. Yes, yes, please. It should be.
Slide
It
is
should
not
be.
moving, sir.
Yeah. Slide. I have not moved. It is still there. Now, I am explaining that should be. It is holistic. It should be integrated. So the multidisciplinarity integrated. It should be inquiry driven. It is not that okay, something I have told and you are going to accept it. No, you have to. There should be inquiry about that. You are going to criticize. You are going to evaluate. You may be saying I am not able to. I am not convinced. So it is inquiry driven. You are going to deep. You are going to dig deep further so that you will be able to understand that. Discovery oriented. It is not that okay, we are whatever is coming, a status quo that is going to be maintained. It's not like that. It is discovery oriented, learner centered. It is not from the teacher centered. It is the learner centered. What the students they want, what type of understanding they want, in which subject they are finding themselves comfortable. So it is the learning centered. In what manner they are going to understand that. Discussion based. It is not that okay, well, I'm going to say, or some teacher is going to say, and you are going to accept it. No, it should be based on discussion. The benefit in that case should be that those ideas which are there, once they are coming in discussion, then the positive and the negative points, they will also be highlighted. And the people, they will be able to understand that, okay, what is good, what is not good, what is bad. So they are going to evaluate that. It should be flexible. It is not in the tight compartment. It should be flexible according to the time, according to the resources, according to the availability of different factors. And of course, whatever pedagogy we are going to design as a teacher for the purpose of learning, developing people, for the purpose of the global world, to become the global citizen, that should be enjoyable also. So the very important thing is the way we are going to, now you can see our responsibility as a teacher in this particular light, and what we have to do in that case, we will discuss it further. See, about this curriculum, what the policy says. The curriculum must include basic arts. This is one. Crafts, humanities, games, sports and fitness, languages, literature, culture, and values, in addition to science and mathematics. So, science and mathematics is the main, but the additional is the arts, craft, humanities, games, this, to develop all aspects and capabilities of learner. So, it is the complete growth, holistic growth of the learner, and make education more well-rounded, useful, fulfilling to the learner. Education must build character, enable the learner to be ethical, rational, compassionate, caring, while at the same time prepare them for gainful, fulfilling employment. Now you can see what is left. Everything they have tried to accommodate in these two sentences about the curriculum. The curriculum should include each and every aspect: the physical sciences, literature, culture, value, language, sports, humanities, fitness, all these things. And at the same time, the education must build the character. Very important, very difficult. The education system that should build character, enable learners to be ethical. How far? So that part, rational in terms of their thinking, understanding, compassionate. So empathy should be there. They should be compassionate to their society, to the family, to the elder, to the younger, whatnot. Caring. So caring for all the old people, caring for the elder who are not related. Many things are there. While at the same time, prepare them for gainful, fulfilling employment. So the employment is also there. As a complete human being, we may say that it is just our curriculum should be designed in such a manner. Now, see, as a faculty, when we are going to see our curriculum, we will have to rethink over that whether we are giving the knowledge, understanding, and the content, whatever they are getting as a student, are they really equipping them to be worthy of whatever has been envisaged in the policy? We will find that that where is the problem and why it is happening, and what the institutions will have to do, what the teachers have to do. Because our responsibility is much more in this case. Because as a teacher, we are running the institution. Who are the vice chancellors? They are basically nowadays, basically they are the teachers. Earlier, okay, they were a different type of administrator, IAS officers, the military men, all this type of people we have seen as our head of institution, like vice chancellors. But now it is coming only to the teachers. So these teachers, when they are going to occupy the position of respect or the direction in this case, they will have to deliver goods in this manner, that each and every aspect that should be coming into that. So vision for this next for this century, whatever the years are left, that is not so simple to be to be implemented. But we will have to understand that in what manner it is going to help us. So this is about the curriculum. How are we going to? So they also understand that there is a gap. The gap between the current state of learning outcome and what is required must be bridged through undertaking major reforms that bring the highest quality, equity, integrity into the system, from early childhood care and education through higher education. So here they are saying that, okay, from the very childhood to the higher education, we will have to have the highest level of quality, equity, integrity in the system. So this gap that can be bridged with the help of, so the reform will have is the major part. So major reform that bring the highest quality. So here in this case, the gap bridging is with the help of reform. So where these reforms are, there are these reforms which are going to lead us to this highest level of quality and the equity, integrity, and all that. The aim must be for India to have an education system by 2040 that is second to none. So this is another thing which they are emphasizing, that we have to think that we are second to none. Our position is at the highest. So topmost position we are going to occupy. And our thinking should be there. As a teacher, we will have to develop people so that they should be acceptable. They should be acceptable outside as a global citizen. So they will be considered that, okay, they are not second to anyone. So the topmost position they are going to occupy, with equitable access to the highest quality education for all learners, regardless of social or economic background. So it should be available to all. So the we are not considering that, okay, the socially or economically or the regional differences, they are going to affect on the quality of education. They should be exposed to quality education. So the bridging gap with the help of the basic thing is that we will have to bring reform. And reform means that maybe upside down sometimes. Whatever is going on, we are going to disrupt completely. We are going to uproot them. We are going to replant the things. We are going to design completely new. We are going to rethink on whatever we have been doing for the past so many years. So the reform that will have to be brought. And whenever we are going to reform, there are the changes, the major changes they are going to take place. And about the changes, we know that they are generally resisted. So you will have to face that resistance from those who are already looking after the system, they are the part of the system, they will be resisting that. Because the people, by their nature, they want to maintain the status quo. That is the problem. So the aim must be for India to have an education system by 2040 that is second to none, with the equitable access to the highest quality education. So that's not simply saying quality education. The highest quality education equitably distributed among all social classes, all social and economic classes. So the bridging gap that is possible with the help of this transformation. Now we can see about ourselves as a teacher, where we stand and what we have to do, that vision, because what is expected, that has been given to us. We will have to think ourselves what we have to do in that case. So this is the first education policy of the 21st century, and the policy proposes the revision and revamping of all aspects of education structure, including regulation and governance, to create a new system that is aligned with the aspirational goal of 21st century education, including this is the goal which has been the goal 4, while building upon India's tradition and value system. So this is there. The lays particular emphasis on development. See here the very important part for which I have brought, I have placed it here. It is the creative potential of each individual. We are accepting that if everybody has got some amount of creative potential with him, so we will have to harness that. We will have to emphasize on that and their development. So the creativity is one important part with which we have to relate our students so that they will be developing in that. It is based on the principle that education must develop not only cognitive capacities, both the foundational capacities of literacy, numeracy, and of higher order cognitive capabilities also, such as critical thinking and problem solving. It should be also social, ethical, and emotional capabilities. That should be the predisposition of this. So the policy envisages that part also. Now, see, this part I have already told in the beginning, but what the document says, the rich heritage of ancient and eternal Indian knowledge and thought has been a guiding light for this policy. The pursuit of knowledge, that is Gyan, wisdom, the pragya, and the satya, the truth, was always considered in Indian thought and philosophy as the highest human goal. The aim of education in ancient India was not just the acquisition of knowledge as preparation for life in this world or life beyond schooling, but for the complete realization and liberation of the self. So here, the ancient education system and the ancient Indian education that has been emphasized, and we are taking the light from there, and these factors they have been considered. Now see here. What the policy says about our teachers. Now I am coming to that. So gradually, we will be the part of the focus that for the vision of the century, what we are expected. The policy says like this: the teacher must be at the center of the fundamental reform in the education system. So the responsibilities lie on us now. The new education policy must help re-establish teachers at all levels as the most respected and essential member of our society. So the first part is says that okay, the fundamental reform, the center is this. And the second part says about the respect, whatever they have been getting. So they should be respected and is an essential member of the society. They should be considered because they truly shape our next generations of the citizens. So the position of the teacher that has been truly recognized in this document, that what is his position in the society or in the system of education, that has been accepted, it has been recognized, and the respect whatever they have been commanding, that part is there. So that part should come. So this is one part. It must do everything to empower teachers. So the policy says that the government and the system should empower the teachers and help them to do their job as effectively as possible. So whatever is expected from them, from the teachers, they should be helped to do their job, and that job should be done effectively as far as possible. So this is the empowerment which is being given to the teachers. The new education policy must help recruit the very best and brightest to enter the teaching profession. Now see here uh, the type of adjectives which have been used for us. Very best, so not simply best, it is the very best, brightest to enter the teaching profession at all levels, not only at the higher level, but at the primary level, secondary level, and at all levels. So the position for the teacher, which the policy document says that the brightest among them, the student, then they should be considered for this teaching job, and they should enter into they should be recruited for the purpose. uh, the criticism may be coming from you because we know that the position of employment, temporary teaching, guest faculty, guest teacher, so many things are there. You will say that when you are talking about this brightest and the very best, then they should be made permanent, they should be paid full salary. How many of us are getting that? So the criticism part is there. I am not saying that the negative side is not there with us, but what the document says about us, they are the very best and the brightest of the lot. They should come to the teaching profession at all levels by ensuring their, and what should be ensured in that case? The livelihood, okay, respect, very important, the dignity and the autonomy. So in what manner he is going to deal with the student, the autonomy of the institution, the autonomy of the teacher in the class, the dignity of the teacher, whether inside the class or outside the class, the respect whatever he is and he should be given. All these things the policy says. The policy has not turned eyes from this side also, while also instilling in the system basic methods of quality control and accountability. So they are not going to be, the teachers are not going to be set free. There is a concept of accountability. So you should be accountable also. Whether the learning has taken place or not, whether the development of the people, the student, that has taken place or not. So that the accountability part will also be there. So gradually they will be checked, they will be informed what actually is happening. So in case of this teacher, as a teacher, the respect part, they have emphasized on that. But they are also asking, they are also saying that who will be the teacher? So best of the lot, of course. They say that the brightest and the very best, they should come to the teaching profession, and they should be paid according to that, so that they should lead a happy life, the livelihood that should be there, a comfortable life they should lead, and they should have full faith in whatever they are getting and whatever they are doing, the autonomy, dignity, respect, all these things, they say that they should be there with the teacher. Uh, Now see about the student, the policy, what the policy says about the student, because that is also important. Because it is not one-way traffic. If both the parties, when they are going to clap, they are going to put their hands together, then the clapping is going to come. So the teachers one side, now the students. The new education policy must provide to all students, irrespective of their place of residence, a quality education system with particular focus on historically marginalized, disadvantaged, and underrepresented groups. So the students from all type of social strata, they should be given opportunity for the purpose of the opportunity for the education. So it is not that the rural and urban divide we are going, and the economically well off and the economically not that much well off. No, so it should be for each and every one. But they have considered that there are in our society marginalized people, there are disadvantaged people groups are there, underrepresented in our education system. They are there, so they have also recognized that. Education is a great leveler and it is best tool for achieving economic, social mobility, inclusion, equality. So they say that okay, education is going to bridge these all these gaps. So they will be mobile. They will be the part of this inclusive society. Equality will also be coming. So initiative must be in place to ensure that all the students from such group, despite inherent obstacles, are provided various targeted opportunities to enter and excel in the educational system. So they should be provided. So we should not consider the obstacles, okay, but we are going to handle that. They should be provided these opportunities for their student. The policy says this. These elements must be incorporated, taking into account the local and global needs of the country and with respect for the difference to its rich diversity and culture, instilling knowledge of India and country, its varied social, cultural, technological needs, its inimitable artistic language, the knowledge tradition, and its strong ethics in India's young people is considered critical for the purpose of national pride, self-confidence, self-knowledge, cooperation, integration. So many things they have included here. As far as the students is concerned, we are expecting from them. Now, see here, these are the principles which have been mentioned here. The principles of 20. I am not going to discuss these principles because I have to discuss certain things more. Vision of the policy we have already considered, but they have separately, they have also mentioned about that. It contributes directly to transforming India. That is Bharat, we have already considered it. So nothing new. Now see here. There is a change which they have brought during this 2024, and these changes, they are no doubt, they are the part of our 2020 policy, but some changes they have also brought during this period. And forward-looking vision for India's education system, the policy aims to create an inclusive, flexible, and technology-integrated learning environment. Now see here, the technology integrated learning that has been emphasized further. That means we are not going just by the chalk and talk system. It is a technology based. So you may be having the smart classrooms in the schools also. What to say about the university system and at the higher education level that prepares a student for the challenges of the future. Some key features of this NEP, this is 24, that is the new structure. So here now 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4, that part is there. This board exam, that has also been changed. Multidisciplinary learning, that is there. Language learning, they say that, okay, diversity up to class 5th, language they should be taught in their mother language or the regional language. So vocational education, that has been emphasized here. Teacher training, so this is another part which has been emphasized in 2024. So this part is there. So many things in this they have tried to incorporate, which they have envisaged just after implementing, just after accepting that there is some change which is required. So NEP 24 is significant step towards affirming the goal of the National Education Policy 2020. It aims to create an education system that is a student-centric and competency-based. Now see here, the competency part they have not discussed, but now they say that no, it should be the competence-based and it should be a student-centric. That means what the students they require, we will have to consider that. Now see here, this is the background in which we as teacher, we are standing now. And we are having 30 years or 20, 25 years of our remaining career. Now we have to see that what we have to do in this case, that part I am considering here. The functions of a college or university teacher. We know about that, but I have tried that some basic things, they should be placed here. And I will be emphasizing only on one part, which I will discuss with you. College or university teacher. First is the teaching. Teaching is nothing, it is the dissemination of knowledge. So whatever knowledge you are having, you have acquired or you are acquiring for the purpose of delivery in the class. That is first part. We all of us, no matter they have joined today as a teacher or they have joined 5 years or 10 years before, all of us do understand that teaching is our basic job. This part we are considering. पढ़ाना हमारा काम है. We know that. There are so many other works which we have to do. We are losing sight of that. The problem is that we are losing sight because we consider as a teacher that okay, teaching is my job. That's all. After that, no, I have been appointed as a teacher, maybe assistant lecturer, professor, or lecturer, or whatever. So my job is to teach. That's all. It is not. We are the part of higher education. We are not the part of primary education. In case of higher education, dissemination of knowledge is one, and creation of knowledge is another part. We generally forgetting this part that we are very active member of the creation of knowledge, and for the purpose of creation of knowledge, we are having the one job, that is the research. In case of research, there are two types, two aspects. They have been mentioned here. One is the creation of knowledge. That means you are going to conduct your own research. And in the other one is that you are going to conduct and you are going to guide also. So the other people who are interested in learning how to conduct research, you are going to guide them. So conducting research, that is one. Then, so this research part is very important in case of university education. Teaching is one component. Teaching is one component. Major components, they are here because see, many examples they can be given. Why all the times the researches which are coming from John Hopkins University Medical Science, we are going to accept that. We are knowing John Hopkins only for the purpose of the researchers, whatever they have done. And those who are those people? They are also teachers. They are teaching their students. They are also conducting research. And their researches are so fruitful, so useful that internationally they are being recognized. And so many things they are being done on the basis of that. So the question here is that as a part of university teacher, simply teaching, going to the class, delivering the lecture, discussing with the student, coming out of it, and then after, okay, you are free, I am also free. Only up to that we consider that, okay, this is our job, rest is nothing. So whatever degree we have taken, maybe we have taken PhD degree or on the basis of master degree, we have got the job. So finish. It is not like that. We are the part of university teaching. Research is an important activity which we have not to lose sight. But generally we are losing sight, no doubt. The UGC and the system has designed in last 20 years or so in such a manner, API score and so many things, that how many publications are there, what is the quality of publication, what is the impact factor, a Scopus index, this, that, care list, that list, many things public related with the publications and all that, the patenting and so many things we are considering now. So for a long time we have left that, okay, research, okay, that is not our job. Teaching is our job. So all the time, so preparation for the teaching, collecting notes, collecting books, reading them, preparing notes, discussing them in the class. So all the time thinking in terms of teaching, so that the student they should recognize that, okay, one is a very good teacher. But research, we have left it aside. But in this policy document, the research has been, because the creation part, they say that, okay, we will have to go for that. Creativity in terms of pedagogy, also creativity in terms of understanding, critical thinking, so many things are there, innovativeness and all that. They have mentioned so many things, which is showing that, okay, research that will also have to be undertaken in case of higher education. Researches, they are also being undertaken with the help of projects. So there are different agencies which are financing the researchers. Most of the researchers which are coming from the Western countries, they are being financed by different type of agencies. For example, we are having Rockefeller agency, so they are going to, Fulbright is one agency, they are asking on international basis, they are collecting people for the different type of researches. No doubt they are once you are going to those countries on this Fulbright scholarship, So they are going to pay you, they are going to finance you for the research, they are going to maintain you in that country. And naturally, the researchers, whatever you are going to bring, they are being published. So their recognition, their importance in the society, in the research society, in the educational system, that is enhanced. So that part is there. So the projects are there. In India also, we are having different type of agencies. For example, in case of social sciences, either it is management, history, and all that, we are having Indian Council of Social Sciences, ICSSR. So they are financing that. Apply to them. They will be giving you the finance. You have to conduct research. You will have to collect primary data, secondary data, whatever the project you are having, and they will be financing you for that. And out of that, you may be appointing some person who are going to collect data for you, and you, you are going to frame. You are going to prepare the documents and all that. So research with the help of project also. That is also our job. But very few teachers in the departments, they are undertaking this project. They say that, okay, there is a problem if you are getting project from this ICSSR or any other agency, government agency, you will have to submit the different documents related to that, mainly the financial documents. That how have you spent the money, where have you spent the money, and what type of the things you have purchased, the stationery, computer system, the printer type, so many things. So you will have to have all these billing part. The problem with these type of the project people is they will always complaining that the finance department of the university is not cooperating in this case. Most of the teachers, they will tell you that who is going to fight with the finance people. All the time they are going to put an objection on that, and in clearing those objections, it takes months and so many writing. So on project, whatever you have done, the labor you have put on developing the project, more than that, you are going to handle with the finance people. So who is going to take that? I am not interested in taking up that type of research project. But research projects, they are giving us chance that getting finance from others, doing our own research. They are allowing you to go for publication. So the quality publication, that will be possible. Now see the next part. The quality publication nowadays, our younger faculty members, they are more concerned about this. And all the time they are thinking that, okay, for the next promotion, so the publication should be there. Where we have to publish, minimum is that we should publish in the care list. If suppose it is not coming in the care list, so peer-reviewed journal, it's okay, it should be there. Otherwise, we start from this, okay, it should be ABDC, it should be Scopus Index, it should be Q1, Q2, Q3, the different type of the impact factor, we are going to check what it is. Then the citation, what is the position of that particular journal, where we are going. So the quality publication, that is also our job. Publication you can make. We are finding so many books are being edited, and they are asking you that, okay, please give me one chapter on this. You are writing them, they are going to accept it, they are going to publish it there. That is also publication. That is also going to help the students and the people concerned with that particular area of study. They are also happy with that. But the quality publication, that is also one thing which you are, once it is being published, you are also going to enjoy that. You are also going to feel delighted once it is going to be published. So the quality publication, that is also our job as a teacher. Administration, okay, it will come after some time. If it is not now, you may not be the provost of the hall, you are not the DSW or the proctor, you are not the controller of examination or finance officer, but tomorrow you will be, because the administration of these educational institutions, that is also being done by the teachers. So you should learn how to administer that. What are the different things which which will be coming in that particular field? So different type of documents are there, acts and statutes are there, so bylaws are there. You have to understand that how to take decision in that case. So administration will also be coming as a teacher, and we are the part of this administration, and we have to take care of that. So this is also our job. Whenever we are thinking about the future, so the research is one point. Administration will also come there. Co-curricular activities of the students, that will also have to be undertaken. The teachers, they will be the responsible people to look after that. Okay, they should not commit any mistake. They should not harm. They should not be harsh to somebody. They should not make that type of comment which is not desirable or acceptable in the society. Or there are different type of programs which are being organized. Sometimes seminars are going to be organized, national, state level seminars. Sometimes the colloquiums, they are going to be held. extension lectures are going to be held, and the teacher, student, they are, both of them are going to participate in that. So that part is also important. So the extracurricular activities, co-curricular activities, the teachers are also involved in that because it is the development of a student. How they are, that culture is going to be developed, how they are going to be confident in their, how they will be job ready, because this is our job, that we will have to make them ready for the job. So they should understand what is the national pride. So what should be there, what is nationalism is, and how we have to live with that. Many things. Then the extra reading about for the teacher, that is also very much important, because generally what we do, we are specialized in one area, one field, okay, and we are studying throughout in that area, and we have gained good knowledge, and there is no problem in that case. But for a complete man, for a complete developed faculty, the extra reading, outside reading, that is also very important. Generally, we are going to leave that. But some of us, you will always find that they are reading something beyond their course, whatever they like. So some teachers, you will find that, okay, most of the time they are going to recite poetry. Some of them will be studying, reading the novels, some shorter stories, some discussion, some travelogue. They are going to study the autobiographies of the different people. The people they are reading there. So what is this? These are the extra reading. That is our job. We have to do that. Because if we are not having this extra reading, our personality is also going to be affected. We have to show that, okay, our personality as a teacher is up to the mark. We know so many things, which in that particular field that is not there. But if you are going to talk on this topic, okay, I am comfortable. I can discuss with you, no problem. So the functions of the university teacher, it is manifold. Out of that, I would like to discuss about something about the research at the later stage. Now coming this, the teacher's responsibility, bridging the gap between the teacher and the taught. This is another responsibility which we are considering, because generally in case of this university teaching and the college teaching, the teacher has conducted the class, he has gone, he has engaged the class, and once he has left the class, okay, neither sometimes the students are searching for the teacher, but teacher is not available, or sometimes, okay, the students are not at all concerned. Okay, the teacher has taught, and I am going there. So gradually, what happens? The gap erupts in between the teacher and the taught. Teacher also considers, okay, my job is over. So the student has left the class. I have also left the class. He has gone to his other lecture. I have come to my chamber, and I am going to discuss with the people, or next class if I am having. So I am going to prepare for that. I am going to take tea and some gossiping with the faculty member. I am going to do that. So the gap between the teacher and the taught, that remains. Sometimes it is so wide that the taught is considering that, okay, to meet the teacher and to discuss with the teacher is a very difficult job, because the gap has already been created. As a faculty, because here at this stage, we are not dealing with the kids. We are dealing with the mature people, 21 years of age, once they are coming to the educational institution as a student, or just after 18 years of age, they have joined engineering college or medical college, or the management department after graduation, or the law faculty they have joined. So BA, LLB and all that they are doing. So it is after 18, 20 years. So they are gradually, they are maturing people now. They understand so many things. So the gap between the teacher and the taught, that should be reduced, so that they will be able to understand what a teacher who is at the higher level than him, he is thinking about that. So this gap is going to be. Now see the students, what they have to do in educational institution. Preparation for the forthcoming classes. This is his job. Generally, it happens that in case of education, it is university, colleges, they say that, okay, tomorrow class is there, so I am going directly to the class without even looking that, okay, which chapter the teacher is going to discuss tomorrow. This is not fair. The student, they should come prepared. If they have not come prepared, whatever the teacher is saying, he is going to accept it. If he comes prepared, he is going to discuss, he is going to criticize, he is going to evaluate, he is going to contradict, he is not going to accept, or he is not going to say that, okay, whatever you say, it's all right, fine. No, they have to prepare for that. Basics, at least they should read. So there are some points that will be there in their mind, and when the teacher is going to discuss it, it will be very easy for the student to understand that. Attending classes, very important part. Due to COVID, now we are finding the class attendance that during COVID we were not expecting no classes. So on the online classes we are there. So the way they have attended this class, but now this regular feature, regular consideration is there. Also, attending classes is their job. Attending laboratory practical classes, so that is also the very important part of their job. They have to do that. Going to the library and preparation for of the notes. So individually, they should prepare note by themselves. Generally, what they are doing, okay, somebody is going to prepare note, two, three people, they have formed the group, and they are going to do this. So that becomes the job, that makes their job easy, of course. But those who are not preparing the notes, they will not be preparing notes in future also, because they are afraid of doing that. So they will have to prepare their own notes. And after that, they may exchange. One's note whose is better, you may be accepting that, okay, his note is better than mine. So I am going to read from his note. Why should I waste my time on my note? His notes is better. I am going to accept that. I am going to use it. So, but preparation of the notes by himself, that is another important job which the students they should do. So this is their job. Sessional, terminal, semester end examination. This is their job. They have to do that because the system has developed in such a manner that the learning is through the examination. This is the reality, whatever we are finding now. If the examination is not there, they will not be able to learn. They will say that forget about it. I am going to get the degree without examination. So why to go? Why to study? Forget about it. So this is not fair on the part of the student. They will have to. So the examination semester, they should not leave that. It gives them knowledge. This gives them understanding. It gives them extra preparation time and all. So reading course material, books of general interest, that is also their job. Preparation for competitive exam, because nowadays for the job ready, for getting employment, the competition is a must. So in the at the very low level also, the the nature of job we are finding that even at the lowest level, this multitasking stuff, MTS, the thousands of applications are coming, and the type of degree which they are having, I should not mention that. So they should be prepared. They should be prepared for the competitive examination. So what type of examination they want to, what type of career they are expecting for themselves. So they should try for that. This is the time. This is the period in which, if they are going to study, that will be giving them the dividend of this. So games and sports, debate, cultural program, that is also for the personality development. These are the things which are needed. Presentations, they will have to be made by the students. So how to make this PPT, how to make this presentation, a better presentation that has to be made. Communication, it is going to develop. Then the recreation also, of course, enjoyable. So that's why recreation part that will also be there. So these are the different type of responsibility which we are finding that the student they will have to shoulder for becoming a global citizen, whatever is envisaged in our. So here, uh, hello, you see here, uh, I have told you that
टीवी भी देखोगे तुम, ये भी देखोगे.
I would like see here. I would like to, because as far as teaching is concerned, all of us are doing that job. There is no problem. We are doing this teaching job, and the main area where the teachers for as per this new education policy for creativity and all that, create the knowledge part, the research is very important. In case of this research, the conducting research for the PhD degree, we have already done that. Most of us as a participant, we have got the PhD degree. So there is nothing, I'm not going to tell them for that. The research here is for the guiding your research students, those who are coming to you for conducting research. That is very important. Because in case of guiding also, as a guide, what we have to do, so that whatever is the input of the student and whatever output we are expecting. As a guide, we are going to do certain things so that the end result that should be achieved with efficiency and effectiveness. So guiding research it is also a technical part of our job. How to do that and what are the different type of things which we have to consider in case of this guiding research. Then research projects financed by some agencies, which I have already told you in case of higher education. So the getting finance from different type of agencies, ministries, and all that, and to conducting these projects, that is important. And in case of business, because we are finding that you are being appointed as a consultant for certain basic problems, whatever the company is facing. So they are going to appoint you that, okay, these are the data available and you have to do this job and you have to suggest at the end that what we have to do so that the situation that should improve. In case of the case study, case analysis, and the different type of project, the research projects, they are coming, consultancy services, they are coming to the teachers. So that is also the part of research in which the teachers are engaged. In higher education, that type of research is also important. Now see here, our research is academic research, and so are the basic in nature. Why our researches are of low quality? The first thing is that we have to understand the difference between the two. Our research is academic research, and due to that, they are of basic nature. What is this basic nature? Our research is going to focus on different type of things which may not be at that time related with the problem and their solutions. They will be conceptual in nature. We are conducting research in that particular area because we are the part of academic research. Whenever any project is coming as a consultancy, naturally the position is different. There we are going to work as a consultant for the problem solving. But as a researcher, when we are going to guide research or when we were the part of this research for the PhD degree, our research was basically of academic nature and its requirements are different. In case of academic researcher, the requirements as compared to the applied research or the business research, what we call being a business teacher. So there difference is there. And as a guide, we have to understand that. Why I have mentioned it here? The purpose is that as a guide, we have to understand what is the difference between the two, so that whenever any student is coming before us, that what will be the suitable topic for this study, we will be able to tell them that, okay, this is the part of our study or not. So that part is, we have to understand the differences of basic and applied research. This understanding will help improve the quality of research. So the low quality research is there because sometimes we are not able to understand that. Most of the time, okay, it is all right. But in the initial stage, when we are going to guide our student, we have done our PhD. At that time, what we have done, sir, I want to do research in this finance area. Okay. What were your subject? So project management is my subject. Okay, no problem. You can take one topic of project management. Okay. So the construction project, I am good. So, sir, I would like to have the UP Bridge Corporation. So that is building the bridges. So the construction project of some bridge, I am going to study that. So he has given you some idea and you have gone, and then after you have started to do that. Okay. And you have got a PhD degree, no problem. But sometimes what happens, our research is not so direct. Our research is, and it should be. That's why the publication quality, that is under question, and the research itself is under question, because some basic understanding we are generally forgetting or we are going to lose sight of that. That's why I am trying to mention it here. See here, is academic research different from the business research or the applied research? Yes. Then what is the difference? The difference is here. Very important difference which we are finding. In case of this, it is the question of rigor versus relevance. See, in case of academic research, the rigor is more important. Rigor means that, okay, how much labor you are going to put, how much different variables you are going to put inside, and then you are going to check that. That may not be that much relevant. They will be, I don't say that they will be irrelevant. No. the amount of relevance may not be that much when we are conducting research. But in case of this applied research or the business research, it is the relevance which is more important. The rigor is not that much important. Rigor is there. They will require that, okay, the different type of statistics you should apply before reaching a particular conclusion. In case of business research, consultancy, they will be asking for that. But the dominance is of relevance, it is not the rigor. In case of academic research, more rigor than relevance. Business, more problem solving than the rigor. Now see, academic research, now this is a very important part, which we have to take care of. In our research is on the concepts, the theory, the constructs, the principles, the models. We are conducting research on these different areas and ideas. It will be on the certain concepts. Take, for example, if you are going to study leadership in case of psychology or management, organization behavior, so the concept related with that, the in terms of this leadership, the different type of styles of leadership, different type of theories which are applicable in leadership. So we are going to study that this theory is applicable or this style is applicable in this case or not. So this is about the concept, the theories, the constructs, the principles, the different models are there. So on those models we are conducting research. What we do, we are either going to confirm that or we are going to contradict that. This model we are going to contradict with the help of, so our data is showing something different from what the model is saying. So we are going to contradict that, or we are going to confirm that, okay, whatever has been said by this, I am also of this opinion after conducting research, collecting data, analysis and all that, I am going to do that. Our academic researchers, they are on these different patterns. But in business research, it is problem. The problem has been given to you, give solution to them, finish. So the difference we have to consider. Then academic research, they are long-term, they have got long-term implications. That means once you have conducted this research, they will be used for a long-term period. Many people will be reading that, they will be including their in their literature review and all that. But in case of business research, it will be of short-term application. So once it is of long-term implication, naturally the amount of rigor, the amount of labor which we have to put into it, that will also be more as compared to the other one. Academic researchers, they are time consuming. You are getting research scholars 2 years, 3 years, minimum is 3 years nowadays. So 5 years, 6 years, they are going to take. Then after something is coming and they are going to be published or they are going to be in the form of PhD thesis. But in case of business, it is within short period of time you will have to give the solutions for that. So our research is of this nature. Our understanding about that what our research is, that is very much important. And see, the very important part of our research is here. In case of academic research, the statistical tools which we are going to apply, they are all the time, they will be of higher level. See, when we have conducted research, that it was simple correlation and regression, basic regression, that was sufficient to get PhD degree finished. But if today, if you are going to submit thesis and primary data you have collected, or secondary data even, and you are not going to apply the different type of statistical tool, or you are not going to use this path analysis, or you are not going to use the logic regression, probability regression, or this structure equation modeling, SEM, if you are not going to apply that, the conduction of research and the publication, that will be very difficult. So the application of different type of packages for analysis we are making. But in case of business research, it is much more mathematics rather than statistics. So if you are going to calculate simple percentage, that will also work in case of your business research. But if suppose simple percentage you are calculating and you are going to place them in your thesis, no one is going to accept. It will face rejection or modification at least. So the problem is we have to understand that academic research is of different nature. So here the rigor is more important. So somebody has applied one type of a statistical tool, you are going to apply on the similar type of questionnaire, the other type of a statistical tool, and then you are going to check what is the result coming. And then you are going to compare the two, and then you are saying that, okay, whatever he has said with the help of this methodology, I have also applied this methodology and I am getting the same result. So you are going to be happy in that case that, okay, the results, whatever are there, which have been accepted, that is also according to my research. We are going to accept it. So now see the another important part of our research. Our research results, they are open to publication. What for? For the scrutiny and for evaluation by the experts in that particular field. But in case of business research or the applied research, they have to be secretive. So whatever is the result, you are not going to share with the other company, you are not going to share with any outsider. But here in academic research, it is open for criticism. It is open for scrutiny. It is open for evaluation because it has been published. Anyone can read that. And he may be having his own opinion on that. Whether it is good, it is not good, it is bad, or it is a trash material or whatever. So whenever any research, see the future period when the researchers are coming, we will have to see that our researchers, they should be focusing on the different type of theories, concepts, so that long-term implications they should be there. The statistical tools, higher order statistical tools, they will have to be applied. Then after, you are going to get them published. So publication is another important part. It is not that you have conducted your research and you are going to keep them with your CD or this pen drive. No, they will have to be published. So publication, the different type of journals, they are having their own format. They will be asking you to redesign then so that should fit into their format. So you will have to rewrite your paper and all that. Many things. So it is a much more rigorous part. Whenever any student is coming, we will have to see that, okay, we should concentrate on the conceptual side, the model side, the theory side, the rules, whatever have been framed. So focus should be there. Sometimes the students are coming and, okay, I am working in that field in a particular area. So I say that, okay, please go and do research on this. So something he is going to search, and then after he is going to bring with us, and synopsis, okay, we are going to direct that, okay, write this, and submit it as a synopsis. We do that. But before that, whenever any student is coming, we will have to take care that what type of research it is and in what manner it is going to help us. So there is a case of, so this is not. Now see, due to that, what is happening, very important part of our research is the review of literature. Earlier, this review of literature, 20, 25 years back, they were forming the part of our introductory chapter, the first chapter, the review. And it was also not mentioned as review of literature. Introduction used to include that. But now we are having the separate chapter on review of literature. Review of literature, it is also a scientific method, and it is also a type of research. We say that literature review is an exploratory research as per the design is concerned. So this is also a research in itself, but it is required for the purpose of going further. And the systematic literature review, why it should be done and how it should be done, that is very much important, because the time is, I think I have already taken more time. So in case of this systematic literature review, that should be done. Funnel approach, then we are going to adopt in this case. So whenever we are going to guide our student in future, because we have to develop people they should be job ready, they should be understanding, they should be equal to the outside world in terms of because the knowledge society, so many things that the document says about 21st century education. So whenever we are going to think in that term, these are the minor things, but they are the operative part, which as a teacher we are related. So in case of this, that's why I wanted to emphasize on the research side, because most of the time we say that, okay, I have done my research PhD, I have got, and my job is over. And for promotion, okay, some publications should be there. So regularly 1 or 2 publications in a year will be sufficient, and I will be fine with that. And one day I will become professor, and nothing more about that. But see, we have to develop people. We are the part of that. And we are lucky that we are very selected people. And we have got this opportunity to transform and to make them understand the different realities of the subject matter and the realities of life. This is our job, and we have to develop the people in that particular direction. So this part is very important, the research part, and as a teacher, we will have to go by that. And this is important. Is now see, because the time is not there, but if you will allow, then I will go with this. There is one later which I found when I was at IIM Ahmedabad as a faculty development participant in 87, 88. At that time, there was no internet. And so this one letter that I could find in so many offices, in the faculty chambers also and the offices also. So that's why I wanted that if the time permit, I will show you. Most of you may be having, maybe may have seen that later also. But if you will ask, then I will do it. Otherwise, I have taken time. Now it is open for your question, query, discussion, whatever you want. So,
Thank
right.
you. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, so some questions, if it is there, whatever, and if suppose something is there which can improve my presentation, I will be happy to know about that.
No, 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 sir. Your presentation is perfect. I have a little query, sir.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Actually, sir, I am a faculty of economics.
Good.
And recently I got publication of a paper on the title धार्मिक यात्रा
Yes.
भारतीय संस्कृति का चरम पुरुषार्थ.
Okay.
सर एक्चुअली में मैंने एक ब्रोशर देखा था जो रिलीजियस टूरिज्म पर एक कोई कोई
हाँ, ये है,
सेमिनार
ये,
हो रही थी,
जी जी
तो उससे इंस्पायर होकर उसके टॉपिक्स को देख करके जब मैंने उसके लिए एक पेपर लिखा तो रिलीजियस टूरिज्म के बहुत सारे एस्पेक्ट निकले, लेकिन
जी
अपनी जो कंट्री की एक्सपीरियंस हम देख रहे हैं कि जो हमारे पिलग्रिमेज प्लेसेस हैं वो
जी
ड्यू
जी
टू मतलब ओवर क्राउडिंग खराब हो रहे हैं, और बहुत
ठीक है,
सारे जो यूथ हैं वो आज जा तो रहे हैं वहां, लेकिन रीजन क्या हो रहा है कि उनका पर्पस नहीं है. तो यही
ठीक
है कि क्यों होना चाहिए वो रिलीजियस जो ट्रिप है उसको लेकर के मैंने पेपर लिखा, और सर आईक्यूएसी ने मेरे जो कॉलेज की है
जी
उन्होंने उसे ये कह करके रिजेक्ट कर दिया कि ये आपके डिसिप्लिन से नहीं है, सो ये आपका काउंट नहीं
नहीं
होगा.
नहीं नहीं, देखिए ऐसा
कहाँ
है।
मल्टी डिसिप्लिनरी की बातें होती हैं सर, और फिर मुझे बहुत
हाँ,
वो लगा कि
नहीं नहीं, बात बात सही है, इसमें बुरा लगने की बात भी है। देखिए ऐसा है कि कोई भी पेपर है, आप उसका एक जस्टिफिकेशन उसका आता है। जैसे हम लोग जो फर्स्ट पैराग्राफ लिखते हैं ना, तो
जी
उसमें
सर,
हम
जी
लोग
सर,
उसमें उसमें आमतौर से हम लोग क्या करते हैं, इन जनरल व्हाट वी डू, वी
जी
आर गोइंग टू राइट डाउन द जिस्ट ऑफ दैट पेपर। उसके जिस्ट के राइटिंग में जो रिलीजियस प्लेजरिज्म है, जो प्लेजरिज्म है, जो
जी
धार्मिक आपकी जो यात्राएं हैं,
जी जी जी
अगर उसमें जो इकोनॉमिक बेनिफिट्स हैं उसके, अब जैसे
जी
यात्रा हो रही है,
जी
तो यात्रा होने का मतलब ये है कि जो हमारा ट्रांसपोर्ट सिस्टम है
जी
वो एक्टिवेट हो गया। ठीक
जी
है, उसमें हमारे लोग उसमें लग जाएंगे, उसमें हमारा रिसोर्स लग जाएगा, और
जी
जो एम्प्लॉयमेंट को वो जनरेट करेगा।
जी
अब जहाँ पे भी हम यात्रा में जा रहे हैं, ऑन द वे, आप सपोज कीजिए कि हमारा जब कांवड़ यात्रा जा रहा है,
जी
अब कांवड़िया जा रहे हैं, अब उनको खाना भी खाना है, उनको सोना भी है, उनको उनका जाना भी है, वो सारा काम होना है, तो सारी इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटीज उसमें। अब आप उसमें क्या कीजिए, जो पेपर है उसमें उसमें उन इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटीज को और उसके कंट्रीब्यूशन को अगर
जी
आपने उसमें दिखा दिया, तो कोई
जी
आपको पेपर को ये नहीं कह देगा कि भाई ये तो धर्म धर्म से
सर
रिलेटेड है।
रीजन यही था कि उसमें मैंने जैसे हमारे यहाँ पुरुषार्थ में धर्म अर्थ काम मोक्ष
बस
ये
बताइए,
4
अर्थ
मेन
तो है ना?
कंपोनेंट्स लिए जाते हैं, तो अर्थ को लेकर और ये बताया था
बस
सर,
समझ गए।
पैरेलल इकोनॉमिक्स में हम सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट भी पढ़ते हैं
हाँ
कि ये जो
बिल्कुल।
धार्मिक यात्रा विदाउट पर्पस हो रही है, ओनली फॉर एंजॉइंग हो रही है, तो वो पर्पस लेस हो जा रही है और इसीलिए सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट नहीं हो पा रहा है,
नहीं
जो
हो पा रहा है,
एनवायरमेंट का
बिल्कुल सही है।
डिग्रेडेशन है वो उसी ले से
जी जी
अफेक्टेड हो रहा है.
जी जी, बिल्कुल
पहले
सही है।
मोटिव्स जो होते थे वो उससे उसे प्रिजर्व रखते थे, हमारी
जी
इन्वायरमेंट को, हमारी इकोलॉजी को, लेकिन
जी।
आज मोटिव्स दूसरे हो गए हैं.
हम्म,
तो मैंने उस चीज को वहां पर दिखाया था, लेकिन पेपर पढ़ता ही कहाँ है आईक्यूएसी. उन्होंने देखा टाइटल और देखा एक फिलोसफिकल जर्नल में छपा है, तो उन्होंने कहा कि इट इज नॉट कंसर्न विद योर डिसिप्लिन. अब सर
नहीं नहीं नहीं,
ऐसी
देखिए
सिचुएशन में, क्योंकि
जैसे
आपने
भी,
सर अभी बताया ना कि
हाँ
अप्लाइड रिसर्च को दें, वही है
हाँ,
कि मैंने प्योर अपने सब्जेक्ट से उठा करके उसका ट्रांसपोर्टेशन और टूरिज्म की इंडस्ट्री को
हाँ,
लेकर के बात नहीं की. मैंने उसे थोड़ा
नहीं,
अप्लाइड पार्ट पर ले गई मैं, तो वहां पर
देखो
ये मुझे समस्या आई सर, इसीलिए मैं
देखो,
चाहती हूँ क्या सॉल्यूशन है.
नहीं नहीं, उसमें देखिए ऐसा है ना कि जब भी इस तरह के पेपर जो पब्लिकेशंस के लिए आते हैं हमारे इसमें जर्नल्स में, जब भी तो उसमें हम लोग पहले वही देखते हैं कि भाई ये जो जिस डिसिप्लिन में है, अब जैसे सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट की बात है, ये इकोनॉमिक्स का बहुत ही प्रोमिनेंट डिसिप्लिन चल रहा है आजकल
जी
और
सर,
लास्ट
जी बिल्कुल।
सस्टेनेबल डेवलपमेंट का। अगर
जी
कोई भी चीज सस्टेनेबिलिटी से रिलेट कर रही है तो उसको हम डिस्कार्ड नहीं कर सकते, उसको हम हटा नहीं सकते, इसलिए कि ये एक कंसेप्ट है और इस कंसेप्ट पे काम हो रहा है और इस कंसेप्ट पे काम होना चाहिए। जितनी भी इकोनॉमिक एक्टिविटीज हैं वो सस्टेनेबिलिटी से रिलेट कर रही हैं, उसको अगर आप जस्टिफाई कर दे रही हैं कि भाई जो रिलीजियस टूरिज्म में सस्टेनेबिलिटी या तो उसको पॉजिटिवली इफेक्ट कर रहा है या निगेटिवली इफेक्ट कर रहा है,
जी
प्रॉब्लम्स आ रही है, वो हो जाएगा। दूसरी चीज क्या है इसमें, एक चीज और बताएं जो इसका टेक्निकल साइड है। होता क्या है, जो कोई भी पेपर आप लिखिए, अगर आप इसको इकोनॉमिक्स के लिए लिख रहे हैं, सेम पेपर, आप पेपर को आप सेम रहने दीजिए, अगर आप इकोनॉमिक्स के लिए लिख रही हैं तो उसका जो पहला जो पार्ट है ना, जो जो टाइटल दे रही हैं, वो पहला पार्ट आप कोशिश कीजिए कि उसको इकोनॉमिक्स के कंसेप्ट से रिलेट कर दीजिए। पहला पार्ट अगर उससे रिलेट कर दीजिएगा तो जो भी इवेल्युएटर है उसका, जो भी उसको रिव्यू कर रहा है, उसके दिमाग में पहली चीज ये आएगी कि अच्छा अच्छा ये इन्होंने इसको स्टडी किया है। अगर उसी को आपने एंड में कर दिया या बीच में आपने कर दिया, जो जो जिस कंसेप्ट को आप डील कर रही हैं, तो उसका इम्पैक्ट कम हो जाता है। उसमें फिर जो जो हमारा रिव्यूअर है उसको कहता है अरे साहब ये तो इस एरिया का पेपर नहीं, इसको टाइटल को जो रीडिजाइन करना वो बहुत जरूरी है। अगर आप इकोनॉमिक्स के लिए, अगर उसी पेपर को अगर आप रिलीजियस उसमें लिख रहे हैं, टूरिज्म में लिख रहे हैं, तो उसमें आप उसमें रिलीजियस टूरिज्म का पहला पार्ट आप उसी से कर दीजिए, लोग खुश हो जाएंगे, बोलेंगे अच्छा हाँ भाई इस एरिया का पेपर है। अब
तो
अभी
सर
एक
क्या यदि सेम डिसिप्लिन से नहीं है तो उसे रिजेक्ट किया जा सकता है ऐसा? मतलब मुझे कहीं केस के फॉर्म में सब जगह मैंने पढ़ा, कहीं ये नहीं लगा कि 10 पेपर पब्लिश हो बट विद द सेम डिसिप्लिन या विद द डिसिप्लिन यू
नहीं
आर कंसर्न विद।
नहीं
तो
नहीं
मेरा एक ये पॉइंट था कि ये आप या तो मुझे कहीं रिटन में दीजिए, इट इज नॉट मेंशन इन एनीवेयर एल्स।
नहीं, वो कहीं भी मेंशन नहीं है, लेकिन ये एक्सपेक्ट होता है, जैसे मान लिया मैं मैनेजमेंट का टीचर हूँ और सेल्स मैनेजमेंट या मार्केटिंग मैनेजमेंट में पढ़ाता हूँ, तो ये एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं कि ये मार्केटिंग में के एरिया में लिखेंगे। अब सपोज कीजिए मार्केटिंग में एक बहुत ही वाइडली रिसर्च सब्जेक्ट एरिया है, वो है कंज्यूमर सेटिस्फैक्शन। बहुत वाइडली यूज होता है हमारे कंज्यूमर सेटिस्फैक्शन। अच्छा वो फ्रिज से हो चाहे टेलीफोन से हो, लैपटॉप से हो, किसी भी चीज का जो जो कंज्यूमर खरीद रहा है उसका सेटिस्फैक्शन पार्ट है। अभी क्या हुआ पिछले 5 10 15 साल से, अब वो कंज्यूमर सेटिस्फैक्शन से आगे की बात करते हैं। वो कहते हैं कि हमें कंज्यूमर सेटिस्फैक्शन नहीं चाहिए, आई वांट कंज्यूमर डिलाइट। अब आप देख लीजिए टर्म कहाँ चेंज हो गया, कंज्यूमर सेटिस्फैक्शन से अब आ गया कंज्यूमर डिलाइट पे। ठीक है,
डिलाइट जी जी।
हाँ कंज्यूमर डिलाइट। अब उसके लिए हम लोग उर्दू हिंदी में एक बहुत अच्छा शब्द उसके लिए हमने चुन रखा है कि कंज्यूमर डिलाइट को आप कैसे पता लगाएंगे। ये तो क्वालिटेटिव चीज है, या तो क्वेश्चन पूछिए उससे बताइएगा। तो हम लोग कहते हैं कि देखिए ऐसा है कि डिलाइट का पता जो है उसको आप उसकी आंखों की चमक देख के पता लगा लीजिए कि वो डिलाइटेड है या नहीं है।
नहीं
हाँ, तो
जी
कंज्यूमर का डिलाइट जो है वो उसकी आंखों की चमक है। जब वो प्रोडक्ट को देखेगा या यूज करेगा तो उस वक्त जो उसके आंखों में चमक आएगी वो बता देगा कि डिलाइटेड है या सिर्फ सिंपली वो हैप्पी है, और या ये है कि बस ठीक है साहब सेटिस्फाइड है। अब ये कंज्यूमर डिलाइट और कंज्यूमर सेटिस्फैक्शन, ये दो टॉपिक अलग अलग हो गए और दोनों टॉपिक हमारे मार्केटिंग से रिलेट करेंगे। कोई भी अगर हमको टॉपिक कंज्यूमर डिलाइट या सेटिस्फैक्शन से लिखना होगा, मैं कोशिश पूरी यही करूंगा कि उसका जो स्ट्रेस है वो कंज्यूमर डिलाइट पर सेटिस्फैक्शन हो जाए। मैं एक सिंपल एग्जांपल दे रहा हूँ। हमारे साथ जब हम लोग आईआईएम में प्रोजेक्ट कर रहे थे, तो एक साहब से जो अन्नामलाई यूनिवर्सिटी के थे, उन्होंने एक प्रोजेक्ट लिखा था, बिजनेस पॉलिसी एरिया का प्रोजेक्ट था। उन्होंने पूरा डेटा वाटा कैलकुलेट कर करा के वो लेके आए और उन्होंने अपने सुपरवाइजर को दिया कि सर ये मैंने कर लिया है एंड इट इज एट द फाइनल स्टेज, और ये क्वेश्चंस हैं उसमें जो डिस्कस किया जाएगा क्लास में। तो उन्होंने पढ़ा, उन्होंने कहा ठीक है भाई मैं कल मैं आपको पढ़ के मैं बताता हूँ। कल नेक्स्ट डे उन्होंने बुलाया, कहने लगे भाई आपका प्रोजेक्ट बिल्कुल सही है, उसमें कोई मसला नहीं। फिर मसला ये है कि द क्वेश्चन व्हाट एवर यू हैव आस्क्ड, these questions are not related to the business policy. दे आर बेसिकली रिलेटेड विथ मार्केटिंग। तो हुआ कि भाई फिर तो कहने लगा कि भाई इसके क्वेश्चन आप चेंज करके पॉलिसी के क्वेश्चन कर दीजिए, आपका ये प्रोजेक्ट जो है बिजनेस पॉलिसी एरिया में एक्सेप्ट हो जाएगा। तो अब क्या किया उन्होंने, पेपर तो वही रहा, जितना भी डेटा था उसको वही रखा गया, और जो क्वेश्चंस थे, जो बिजनेस पॉलिसी के जो जो एस्पेक्ट्स थे, जो 2-3 क्वेश्चंस केस में दिए जाते हैं कि भाई इस केस में क्या क्या आंसर करना है आपको, उसको वहां से मार्केटिंग से रिलेट करता हुआ दिख रहा था वो। उसको उन्होंने कहा कि भाई इसको फिर कैसे करें। अब वो जाहिर सी बात है, हम लोग लर्नर थे, हमने कहा सर ये तो मुश्किल हो जाएगा, इसी के पूरा फोकस उसी हिसाब से उसने कर रखा था, मैं भी था वहाँ। तो उन्होंने कहा कि नहीं नहीं देखिए ऐसा है कि इसको हम अभी बताते हैं कैसे इसको बिजनेस पॉलिसी में कन्वर्ट किया जाएगा। उन्होंने कहा कि 2 क्वेश्चन मैं करूंगा, 2 आपको करना होगा, 2 करके मैं बताता हूँ, आप सीखिए, और 2 आप खुद करके मुझे बताइए कि मैं सीख गया हूँ। मगर लोग लाइक भाई इससे अच्छी क्या बात होगी, तो जस्ट फॉर द पर्पस ऑफ लर्निंग 2 ये खुद करके बताना, 4 क्वेश्चन बनाना है उसमें। उन्होंने उसमें 2 क्वेश्चन बनाए जो बिल्कुल बिजनेस पॉलिसी का था, उसका मार्केटिंग से डायरेक्ट कोई रिलेशन नहीं था। और उसके बाद उन्होंने कहा कि भाई अब 2 क्वेश्चन अब आप बना के दे दो। उन्होंने वहीं पे बैठे बैठे, जिन साहब का प्रोजेक्ट था, उन्होंने 2 क्वेश्चन वहां पे बनाया। बोला सर ये क्वेश्चन अगर लगाते हैं तो कैसा रहेगा। उन्होंने कहा जाइए ले जाइए, जाकर जमा कर दीजिए। चीजें सेम है,
जी जी, गुड, वेरी गुड।
आपने उसको टिल्ट कर दिया है, किस डायरेक्शन में आप उसको करना चाह रही हैं वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता है, वहीं से उसका फोकस चेंज हो जाता है। इसीलिए जब जब भी कभी जब बिजनेस रिसर्च की बात जब भी हम लोग कभी करते हैं, तो उसमें एक इसको जरूर स्ट्रेस करते हैं कि भाई देख लो, किसी ने कोई मॉडल दिया है, उसको उसको टेस्ट कर लो, किसी ने कोई थियरी दी है उसको टेस्ट कर लो, किसी ने कोई कंसेप्ट दिया है उसको टेस्ट कर लो। साइकोलॉजी में खासतौर से जो हमारा ऑर्गेनाइजेशन बिहेवियर है, उसमें इतनी चीजें रोज आती रहती हैं, जो साइकोलॉजी के टीचर्स होंगे दे विल अप्रिशिएट मोर, कि एक आदमी ने एक डिफिनेशन दिया, दूसरे आदमी ने डिफिनेशन करीब करीब वही दिया, एक वर्ड सिर्फ उसने चेंज कर दिया, डिफिनेशन बिल्कुल अलग हो गया। तो अच्छा, उसने वर्ड चेंज किया, उसकी वजह क्या है, उसने उस कंसेप्ट को उसका थॉरली स्टडी किया, उसके बाद उसको लगा कि यार ये वर्ड जो है वो ये सारे एस्पेक्ट कवर नहीं कर रहा, इसमें कुछ चीजें नहीं इंक्लूड हो पाएंगी। तो उसने कहा कि भाई इसको इंक्लूड करें तो ये वर्ड तो चलेगा नहीं, इसका कोई दूसरा वर्ड आना चाहिए। तो उसके बाद उन्होंने उस वर्ड को चेंज कर दिया। कभी कभी आप देखिएगा देयर आर सम वर्ड्स विच वी आर यूजिंग, और उसको हम लोग चेंज करते हैं। अभी आपने लिखा प्रोसेस, तो प्रोसेस का मतलब क्या होता है कि एक काम जब खत्म हो गया तो दूसरा काम शुरू होगा, दैट्स व्हाई इट इज अ प्रोसेस। एक खत्म हुआ दूसरा शुरू हुआ, दूसरा खत्म होगा तीसरा शुरू हो गया, तो प्रोसेस हो गया। अब उसके लिए उससे ज्यादा इम्प्रूव्ड वर्ड एक आ गया, मैनेजमेंट में उसको यूज करते हैं, अब कहते हैं सिस्टम। सिस्टम भी वही चीज है, एक चीज एक स्टेप खत्म हुआ, दूसरा उसके बाद फॉलो करेगा, फिर तीसरा चौथा फॉलो करते जाएगा। प्रोसेस लगता है कि बहुत ही आसान सा कोई एक लफ्ज है, हटाओ। सिस्टम आपने उसको लगा दिया तो ये लगा कि अच्छा अरे भाई दिस मैनेजरियल वर्ड। तो अब ये जो जो चीजें आती हैं उसमें कभी कभी कुछ वर्ड्स इस तरह के निकल के आते हैं, कुछ कंसेप्ट जिसको हम लोग कहते हैं ये कंसेप्चुअल बात है ये। तो वो जो कंसेप्ट होते हैं ना, उस कंसेप्ट पे कंसंट्रेट कीजिए, और उसके बाद देखिए कि इसमें जो चीजें हम लिख के दे रहे हैं, जिन एस्पेक्ट को हमने कवर किया है, वो एस्पेक्ट उसमें आ पा रहे हैं या नहीं आ पा रहे हैं। तो बहुत ही अगर रिव्यू अगर बहुत कायदे से हो, जो डेस्क रिसर्च उसमें रिजेक्ट ना हो, और बहुत थॉरली उसको पढ़ा जाए, तो उसमें फिर ये होता है कि यू विल बी एबल टू अप्रिशिएट सो मेनी थिंग्स विच इज कमिंग इन बिटवीन, एंड अकॉर्डिंगली यू आर गोइंग टू मॉडिफाई दैट। तो ये अंडरस्टैंडिंग उसमें पेपर में जब भी लिखा जाए उसमें बहुत जरूरी है। एक पेपर के बहुत एस्पेक्ट्स होते हैं, आप इकोनॉमिक्स के टीचर हैं, आप उसे इकोनॉमिक एस्पेक्ट देखेंगे। सेम अगर हमारे पास लाइएगा तो हम उसका मैनेजरियल एस्पेक्ट देखेंगे, भाई इसमें प्लानिंग कहाँ है, ऑर्गेनाइजिंग है, कंट्रोल है, इम्प्लीमेंटेशन है, नहीं है। आई एम गोइंग टू चेक इन दैट पर्टिकुलर। कुछ प्रिंसिपल्स हैं, उस प्रिंसिपल पे आता है नहीं आता। तो वेन एवर वी आर राइटिंग पेपर, किस एरिया में पेपर फॉल करेगा, वो जो राइटर है उसको उसके हिसाब से उसको मॉडिफाई करने की जरूरत होती है, एंड द राइटर नोज बेटर कि उसको किस हिसाब से करेंगे। तो टॉपिक को बहुत कायदे से ध्यान देके जब भी पेपर भेजना हो तो उसको जरूर देखना चाहिए कि इसमें फोकस किधर जा रहा है। और फोकस के हिसाब से फिर उसको डिसाइड करने में फिर रिजेक्शन के चांसेस कम हो जाएंगे। तो ये रहता है इसमें पब्लिकेशंस में।
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू फॉर क्लैरिटी। निश्चित
Thank
तौर पे आगे से मैं इस चीज को और अच्छे से ध्यान रखूंगी, लेकिन एक
हाँ,
बात
तो-
जरूर है जो आप कह रहे हैं कि
जी
वही
जी
हुआ कि लास्ट जो कंक्लूडिंग पैरा आया वहां पर वो चीजें प्रोमिनेंट हो गई थी और स्टार्टिंग पैरा में नहीं थी।
हाँ नहीं थी, तो उसकी वजह से प्रॉब्लम आती है उसमें। फिर जो रिव्यूअर है उसको देख के कहता है अरे भाई ये दूसरे एरिया में जाना चाहिए, इसको इस एरिया में इसका फोकस नहीं दिखता है। ये होता है, इस तरह की चीजें होती हैं। एनी अदर क्वेश्चन प्लीज? Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. I have taken much more time, and I'm sorry for that. But okay, it was.
थैंक यू सर।
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.